Hello rock lovers, it's time to do another batch of slabbing rocks from Deming, New Mexico. I found these a couple of weeks ago while out rock hounding. This one is interesting. It's some sort of, well, as you can see, a conglomerate rock made up of a bunch of smaller rocks, all sort of cemented together. I can see some, well, look like jasper pieces in there, maybe some quartz. These are always fun to slab. How will this one look once we get a couple of slabs off it? Let me go ahead and take it in the shop and let's get it slabbed. The conglomerate rock has been slabbed. Let's take a look. First, this little end cut here. What does it look like? Ooh, I kind of like that. Look at all of the detail in that. Enough with the end cap. Let's look at our first full slab here. What does this look like? Oh, I like that. Amazing, all those rocks in there. Look at that. Oh, I could definitely do something with this slab. Feels like it's hard enough. It's, it's not going to break apart. So sure, I can imagine a beautiful cabochon coming out of this. What do you think? Oh, this is beautiful stuff. Let's look at this last slab. All right, here's the last slab. Wow. Beautiful colors. Oh, absolutely. Nice for cabochons. Can you imagine right out of there an oval or a heart or something like that? Especially if it takes a good shine. I think we have a winner with this rock. What do you think? And finally, we'll look at the rest of the rock here. So that's what we have for the future. I can slab it a different direction or maybe just leave it as is. Polish the surface. Who knows? I think this is a winner. Let's give this one a solid B to a B+. Next, we have this yellowish rock here. It looks like jasper, maybe? What do you think? I forget why I picked this one up. Maybe when I sprayed it with some water, I saw something interesting. Right now, it looks rather boring. So let's see how this looks with a few slabs cut into it. The next one has been slabbed. Let's see how this looks. First, this little end piece. Well, it's kind of plain. I do like the contrasting shades there, but otherwise, not too interesting. Let's see about the first full slice. Well, it's not horrible. I could probably do something with this, but it's not great, that's for sure. Let's see, maybe this third slab here is interesting. It does have this area up here. It's kind of interesting. Let me get it damp here. Does that help? Maybe a little bit. You can see sort of some, is that peach color in there? Otherwise, this one's kind of a dud, sort of. What do you think? And finally, we'll look at this little remaining piece here. It's probably just a yellow jasper with some other stuff in it. What do you think? Not a great rock. It's not going to win any competitions, that's for sure. Let's say C minus. And here's a smaller piece of what I can only assume is some type of jasper. Will it be interesting on the inside? You can see a little variation in color on here, but that could all be just iron staining or some other kind of staining. So what will this one look like? Let's find out. Let's get a slab or two off of it. So as you can see, this one had a lot of fractures in it. And as I was slabbing it, we got lots of tumbler pieces. That's kind of cool. What does the rest of the rock look like here? Ooh, kind of plain. It does have that line going through it, which is interesting. But otherwise, it looks like just maybe a jasper, maybe? Let's see. Here's the first full slab. Yeah, that's not too interesting, is it? Let me get it wet. Does that help at all? Not really. Let's see this last slab. Yeah, this is nothing great. This is, maybe a D on that grading scale of mine. I do like that line that runs through there, though, because that's not a fracture. As you can see, it's not a fracture. It's just an interesting, well, maybe it is a fracture. I can't tell. It's just interesting looking. So maybe I could do something around that with the cabochon. But otherwise, this rock, certainly nothing to write home about, is it? Now here's another yellowish rock, but this one seems to have a lot more interesting stuff in it. It almost looks like, oh, I don't know, some quartziness right here. We got some dark patches, some red patches. So is this just going to be some sort of fancy jasper? Or, I don't know, something ugly, something beautiful? Only one way to find out. Let's get slabbing. Okay, now this one looks a little more interesting. I'll cut up first this little end piece. You can see that, in fact, it did have quartz in it, which I like. And I guess that's some sort of yellow jasper. It's pretty. This one's a little more promising. Let's look at the first full slab here. Oh yeah, I could probably do something with that. I like that. I like that pattern in there. Of course, that quartz. Let's look at this slab here. Got a little color now in the quartz. This one's much better than that last one. I like these little different types of minerals in here. And then finally, this is what we have left over. It looks like if I were to continue to cut, I could get into some more of this, which I like. That seems to be a nice quartzy piece in there. Yeah, I'd give this one a, no, I don't know, a B minus, maybe even a solid B. What do you think? Now here's a small rock I picked up because I saw this white sort of quartzy stuff in it, and it looked interesting to me. I don't know how this will look. This could be a boring rock, or who knows? It could be interesting. Let's find out. Let me go ahead and get a slice or two out of this one. And what about this smaller rock? What does this look like all slabbed? Let's look at this end piece here. Here you see that quartziness in there. Well, it's not super interesting. I do like the quartziness, but then that host rock, the dark whatever it is not too interesting. Let's look at the first full slab here. Yeah, that's just very so-so in my opinion. What do you think? I do like that it has those little quartzy, druzy pockets there. Let's look at this next full slab. Could I do anything with that as far as a cabochon goes? Maybe. Yeah, it's got a nice little druzy pocket there. I suppose I could just throw this on a dop stick and freeform a cabochon and see how it polishes. Otherwise, it's meh. And this is what we have left. Yeah, I'm not really feeling this one. I don't know about you guys. Maybe a C. Maybe. What do you think? And finally, there's this rock. This one looks a little like a conglomerate rock. You can see lots of what look like smaller rocks in it. But there's this window here. I think I might have chipped it off at the edge, and I saw what looks like some chalcedony in there. Maybe this will have an agate look on the inside. What do you think? Possibly. Let's find out. Let's get this in the shop and get some slabs on it. And finally, this last one, how did it slab? Let's look at this little end piece here, and, well, that's interesting. Not quite a blue crystal. It sort of has that lanite look, but it's not the right color. Still, that's interesting. Let's see this first slab here. Well, you know what? I think I like this one. I can clearly see myself making a cabochon from this, especially if this takes a good shine, and I think it will. It seems to have a good variation of color in there. Lots of detail. Let's look at this last full slab. I like this rock. I think this is a success. Let's give this one a B. Yeah, I can see clearly an oval out of that pattern there, and domed and polished. And then this is what we have left. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm going to give this a solid B. Not horrible. Okay, there we go. These are examples of the slabs we got from this little batch of these Deming rocks that I found and then slabbed. Well, okay, they're not great. A couple of them are good, but none of them are great, and a couple of them are clearly just duds. I would say my favorite would be between these two. Gosh, I don't know. I like them both. This is a toss-up for me. I can see myself making a beautiful cabochon out of either one of these. The rest of these, this one's probably okay here. Yeah, that's a dud right there. So let's say, for me, the winner would be, I guess, this one. This is my favorite. Let me know which one's your favorite. Thank you for watching this little video. Hope you enjoyed it. I've got lots more of these rocks to cut, so I'll be probably doing these I don't know, maybe every weekend. Thanks again, I appreciate it.